4-2-3-1 has been a great formation over the recent years of the game, and it is still very solid for us to use in FUT Champs. It's a formation that if you want to be able to defend with numbers and make it difficult for your opponent to break down and for you to play that all-important tiki-taka, this could be the tactic for you. I'm going to ask you to try and do at least one thing, though, when we are looking to run this custom tactic. And that is to have one of your centre mids with the tiki-taka plus playstyle. This player is going to be the one that is going to look to penetrate the midfield, get up against that defensive line with first-time passes. They have the ability to cut between those lines and just give you a quick counter-attack if you need to. Then when you're moving the ball around on the edge of the 18-yard box, they also make it so easy for you to kind of play those first-time passes. The Tiki-Taka Plus playstyle has actually been one of my favourites recently after I've been creating this tactic. So I realised how strong it is when you want to look to move that ball forward. Now, when we're going to touch on the team and what you are going to want here, first of all, your centre-backs kind of go without saying. We want to try and have players with pace, that are good defensively, that are medium-high work rates. I think at the minute as well on the game, having centre-backs that are very capable in the air. So we have Virgil van Dijk Gold. He has that aerial plus. He's still very good, even at the time of the game that we're in now. And then Dasasi, who has also been a bit of a Brucey bonus for me. Right back and left back kind of comes down to you. Now, some of you may have Udogi, who's very good at getting forward with those high work rates. In this setup, we are going to use our fullbacks manually to come forward and give us those options. And then my right back is Karsdorp, medium work rates, which isn't as good. But if you have someone like Cafu here, this is absolutely fine. Some people like their fullbacks to have whipped pass plus if you want to try and, you know, cross that ball in, which you can do in this setup as well, which is great. Your centre mids and your centre defensive mids, kind of as I've spoken about, I have both players that have Tiki-Taka Plus. You don't need that. What we're going to look for here is one that's going to be medium-high work rates. So that's skip for me, because this is going to be your deep line playmaker, the one who's going to be sat there ready to break up the counter-attack over and over again. And then the other one ideally would be high. So this means that they are going to get up and down. They have the ability to dribble, to shoot. Ugot, not the best at it, to be honest with you, but can shoot, give yourself options, and just have overall some very good play styles. Now, in the attack, I really like to have my striker as a big man. That's what I like. Now, you don't need that in this setup. You're more than happy to run your Mbappes, your Werners, your Eusebios, whoever it is that you've got that kind of keeps the ball on the ground. This is just one of my personal preferences where I have Xerxes. Now, in at the right attacking mid and left attacking mid, I am going to use Gully and Werner. Gully is kind of the one that I use a little bit more for intricate dribbling, looking for some good skill moves in and around the box. And Werner is a side where I'd be looking to attack if I can hit on the counter attack, because he just has that pace, that ability to get in behind super easy. And then in that centre attacking mid role, a card which I've been testing out because I thought he looked pretty decent actually, is Kandriva. 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. When you're thinking about your centre attacking mids, I think the best thing that you can have in this setup is a versatile player. So he has power shot plus, incisive pass, ping pass, and long ball pass. That's a joke for a centre attacking mid. If you can have someone that has good shooting and passing play styles, you're already halfway there. Then the Travella, as well as relentless, technical, overall just a very good card. So that's exactly how I line it up in game for you. And then time for our custom tactics. Now, defensive style. When we're on old gen and new gen, I always talk to you about just running balanced. I don't really think there's a need for you to change into press on heavy touch or press on possession loss as a starting formation. Now, the 4-2-3-1 can be a great pressing formation as well. So if you are chasing a game later on and, you know, you're 2-1 down, feel free to change to one of these more aggressive setups. For our width, we are going to go 44 defensive width, and then we go 62 depth. Old gen users, as we always say, feel free to move this over to 40-45 defensive depth, and that will just mean that you won't get as caught on the counter. A thing to take into account is, although this is a higher line, it is personal preference. When you have the ball, your defensive line is going to sit on the halfway line regardless of your depth. This is about when you lose the ball, how high of a line does your defense try to keep? When the opponent's on direct passing, it's going to push your defensive line back anyway. And that's where you need to be active with your right stick switching and just kind of reading the play defensively. Now, we've been testing this recently. We go balance and then possession in our build-up play and chance creation. Something very different, I know. Now, I wanted to go balance. I originally tried slow build-up. I don't really like this over recent years. I never have done. I think it just is so passive. It's really difficult to get flowing. But obviously, because I wanted to create a tiki-taka setup, that was kind of my thought process here, and it just didn't work for me. This is when you win the ball in your own half. How does your team look to transition? The best for me is balanced. It means that players will make some runs going forward. They'll give you options. They'll come short. They'll kind of do as they need. And then chance creation is possession. And the idea is that we want people facing the ball. We don't want them running in behind all the time. We want them available for those first time, one touch, and then pass to get that tiki-taka flowing. But the way you can then get runners yourself is by triggering runs, looking for give and goes, and giving yourself options in that sort of area. We do go 6 players in box because we want to be able to move the ball quickly. And the way we move the ball quickly on the edge of the 18-yard box is to have numbers in that 18-yard box. So we do commit a little bit more there. 1 corners and then 1 free kicks. So starting with the player instructions, the striker, we run stay central, nothing else on that. We want our middle striker to just be there all the time in that central position, not occupying the space at a right attacking mid or left attacking mid, just staying very centrally. For our center attacking mid, and this is where kind of the magic starts to happen a little bit, it's having that get into the box for cross and then free roam. What you're going to notice when you have this free roam instruction is the center attacking mid will come back a little bit to help, you know, kind of receive the ball to feet, especially with possession. They'll run over to the side that the ball's on. They might run in behind the striker. They basically just do as they please, and it's a very nice little setup in the 4-2-3-1. We also then run that with the right attacking mid and the left attacking mid. Why do we do this? We want all of these 3 players kind of occupying and doing their thing. So if Krandriva moves into, say, the left channel and kind of occupies Werner's space slightly, Werner will rotate and move into the middle as well. And the same for Gulli on that opposite side. That just gives you that ability to have those options to constantly keep looking for those tiki-taka kind of plays. Now, your high work rate centre mid, the one that's going to get forward, you want them on cut passing lanes and cover centre. They are on balanced attack. This means those high work rates are what are going to play that impact in that player pushing up the pitch and getting back and forth. Your left defensive mid, this is just your medium high work rate centre mid, cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, cover centre, and then deep lying playmaker. That deep lying playmaker is essentially going to mean that Skip is going to want to receive the ball to feet all the time when we have the ball in our own half. He is your out ball. You look for him to lay that ball out and then go. Our left back we have on stay back while attacking, and our right back on stay back while attacking. You need to bring these players forward yourself. You need to transition up with them. Carry the ball 10 to 15 yards. Don't be afraid to look for a give and go every now and then to give yourself that little bit of the extra option in the attack as well. So it's a very different sort of setup, and it's very fun to use. Some of the first time football that we managed to play with this 4-2-3-1, I thoroughly enjoyed. Let me know how you found it down below in the comments. And if you want to catch any of our other tactics videos, you can click this video right here to go get some more.